and all.
Yeah, gotta do it.
We'll just have Chris's confused face the whole time. It'll be great. Everybody will think it's because he just doesn't understand what's going on. Wouldn't that be perfect? That's so perfect.
Poor guy.
Oh no, there's the frustration, the defeated look. Like, are you kidding me? Maybe he can try his phone. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If he doesn't have a set of headphones.
Like you did, right, Catherine? Didn't you? You were occupied in the car and stuff. Obviously, you were on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
it worked okay.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
It
on my
was
phone
decent.
now.
Yeah. Oh, you are. See, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if. Is he checking the chat now? All right. I'm just gonna get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the R&R home team. Oh, I forgot to put the overlay on. I was like, why does this look so plain? Magic. One person already left. They're like, no overlay. I'm out. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the R&R home team mega team challenge. For those of you just tuning in, the Mega Team Challenge. Oh, no, wait. I'm supposed to start doing like hooks at the beginning. Today, on the next episode, we're going to talk about volunteer accountability. What? And a bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Mega Team Challenge. Let's try that again. Mega Team Challenge. Our goal is to build a Mega Team in 1 year, even though it usually takes 5 to 10 years. It's probably a pretty insane goal, but we said, what the heck, let's do it anyway. What does the mega team mean to us? That's 10 capping agents, 40 million in volume, and 175 clients served. Now, why those parameters? Well, 10 capping agents. That means that Chris and myself, who are the co-team leaders, can't just go and sell all the houses ourselves and then take all the glory for our own prestige, if you will. Instead, we actually have to help people grow or we won't reach our goal. 40 million in volume. A lot of teams struggle to hit that 40 million volume mark. And across multiple brokerages, usually the volume amount is right around 35 to 40 million for mega team status. And then 175 clients. This is not about just selling a few luxury or commercial businesses. This is about helping as many agents as possible, help as many people as possible. So we put these 3 parameters to really hold ourselves accountable as a group. Now, who is the leadership team? Let me introduce you. In this corner. No. Well, so obviously I'm Robert Bean. I'm the co-team leader and the guy who helps everyone with literally everything. Oh, someone's echoing. Is that you, Chris? Can you hear me again? Nope, he can't. Or he's ignoring me. It could go both ways. Then we have Chris Rains, the man of many technical difficulties. And he is also the co-team leader. And he is the director of operations. Oh, my goodness. Catherine left, and I was like, operations. Director of production. Then we have Catherine Polsonelli, who is the director of operations and constantly saving our butts. Walter Key, the director of Hawaiian shirts, and whatever, director of coaching and time management.
Hawaiian shirts sounds so much better.
Yeah. Christian Santiago is not here, but he's the director of marketing, and he is not here because his wife had a baby recently and they have like 100 kids. And so this is like when he gets to sleep. So I told him, seriously, don't die on me. Sleep. And then we have Carly Lane, director of outreach, and also someone who just personally helps me with a million things and deserves way more credit. So with that being said, good morning, guys. What's up? Hello. Here we are, another week. Week 4, guys. Can you believe it? Week 4. So I think I finally figured out what we should just do on Mondays in place of like gratitude, because it's Monday, is just we'll share the thing we're most excited for the business/team this week. Like, what are you most pumped about that maybe it's something you're going to teach the team, share with them. Maybe it's a meeting you have coming up. Maybe it's Chris in the struggle. Maybe it's something that you've got planned. Maybe it's something someone else has planned that you help them set up. So I don't know. I feel like I always do all the talking, but why don't you guys actually vocally share real quick? And Catherine, I know you're on the run, so if you need to type it in, feel free. But Walter, we'll start with you. What's the one thing you're most excited for this week with the team?
Well, so I was pondering, as we often do in the leadership side, we try to sit back and we try to ponder, how do we do things better? How do we make it better for the teams? And I think I'm going to budget on my calendar a time each, once a week, twice a week, just to individually ping every agent and just straight up ask them, do you need anything? What's your biggest hurdle this week? How can I walk with you through something? And so I'm just going to actively budget time to reach out directly to each of the agents to see what they might need that maybe they're not asking for. Maybe they feel uncomfortable asking in a group setting. So as a director of Hawaiian shirts and also coaching, I'm just going to start proactively reaching out to each one of them weekly to see where we can dive in and help them out.
I think that's so cool. And can you share with us, can you share with the class, Walter, what inspired that? Like, was there something that you saw that was like, this is why I want to do this for next week or this
So
week?
just in our conversations about how do we not overburden the agents with things, that we want them to continually to send our way, like, we're here to help you. We're here to make this as easy for you as possible. But how do we do that in a way that doesn't feel overbearing, doesn't feel like we're adding a bunch of extra tasks to them? And then as I was just spitballing how best do we do that, I thought to myself, maybe some of them are a little shy, for lack of a better word, about posting the things they feel they're weak at in a group setting. Right. So maybe there are things that they want to walk through, to talk through, to improve on, but they don't want to feel like they're the weaker link on the chain. And that's why maybe we're not getting the feedback in a public venue of the Slack channel. And so I said, well, let me just go directly to everyone so that it's a one-on-one. They don't have to feel like they're broadcasting their weaker points to everybody, but they can still get the help and the growth that they need and the want.
I think that's super cool. I really love that, and I think that that brings up a point that I didn't even consider, because I've always, well, not always, I should say in the last 10 years, I've become very public about anything that I have a struggle with. Like, I'm really open about it, to the point to where people are like, it catches them off guard. But I have to remember that you so lovingly just taught me and reminded me of is that not everybody is willing to openly state, because especially if they're a newer agent, the last thing they want to do is feel like a burden or a problem, or that they're not a contributor. And it's like, in many ways, I try to remind new agents, like, you have to face the realization that you are new. And if you're joining a team, you're probably not going to be a contributor monetarily, at least right away. And unless you already have a good set of skills, you probably won't be much of a teacher right away. Right away, again, right? Emphasis on just in the immediate. And you're going to have to just lean on us. That's kind of the point of joining a team, is how can I leverage what the team offers to grow? And then, of course, part of our whole mission is that we reciprocate that. Great. Now that you're at that level, go do something with it. Go share it with someone else. And I've seen the growth in the team already, right? 4 weeks in, but we've already had, I think, almost every member of the team share a learning point. To the point, guys, really fun, and I can't wait. I got a text from a certain agent last night on the team who said, hey, man, I need to share tomorrow about how I converted a Facebook buyer lead into a meeting with a preferred lender. And I was like, I didn't even ask him. He came to me, and I was like, oh, like, I was so happy. It looks like Irene's trying to get in, but it says her devices are not connected. Fun. Okay, so Chris, can you hear us all now? I'm thinking yes. So that means yes in Chris's language. So what we're sharing is the thing we're most excited for this week, and then basically kind of no worries, Irene. You're good. We understand. Right around this time is if you have kids, it's a lot happens in this time frame. Chris, we're sharing the thing we're most excited for the team this week, whether it's learning, teaching, an event, something like that. Walter was sharing his, obviously. So what are you most excited for the team this week, Chris?
Oh, man. I'm most excited for.
You mean to come back to you?
No. So what I'm most excited for, creating opportunities that I know other people, quite frankly, aren't creating and doing for their agents. So on Friday, I took the team, majority of the team, about 6 agents over to a new construction development. We took pictures, tons of pictures, video content, ton of stuff for their social media. So my wonderful wife is editing the pictures, like 300 of them.
Wow.
And I know, right? I told you.
Dang.
So my wonderful wife is editing them, and that's after I sifted through and deleted like half all the ones that didn't need to be edited. Because yeah, there's a lot though. You got to think 6 agents and taking a ton of pictures, a lot of different angles and stuff, creating a ton of social media content for them, and doing things that that quite frankly just nobody else does for them. And it's things that I know how to do and want to pour back into them. Luckily, I'm pretty good with an iPhone because
I was gonna say your wife has conditioned you, man.
my wife has conditioned me. So even as I was taking pictures and stuff, the agents were like, "Wow, it seems like you do this a lot and you've done this before." I'm like, "Well, not usually for agents. It's usually for my wife, taking a bunch of pictures for her." So at the end of the day, I got some really good shots of everybody and a lot of video content. And I'm just excited for them being able to start to blow themselves up on social media with our help.
Did you accidentally call anybody babe while you're there, or honey?
I don't believe so.
I just feel like I could see you being like, okay, babe. I mean, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, I might have hit on Sunny a time or two. I don't know.
Sonny would have hit on you right back.
Right, that's exactly it. So yeah, Sunny was a nut, man. We've got some really funny.
I told you, dude. Sonny is a firecracker, man. I've known that dude for like 8 years now.
He and I are very similar in those ways. So I just pour right into it. I'm like, you want to do ninja rolls to show things? We're doing ninja rolls.
We're doing ninja rolls. Dude, I love that about you, man, because I have never heard, not that there isn't a team out there doing it. I just personally have never heard of a team leader going out and saying, hey, I'm going to create a social media opportunity together to where, hey, you don't have to go alone, because it's super, especially if you're not familiar with it.
Yep.
Like, it's super uncomfortable to go to a model home and by yourself and then be like, hey, can I take pictures and videos here? And then they're like, what? And then you're like, yeah, what do I say? What do I do? Oh, crap, someone walked in. This is weird. And it's just like, but when you're in a group, it's like, yeah, we got this. Chris is here and Sonny's here and like the rest of the team's here. I feel good. I feel like I can do this. And then all of a sudden, like you just said, you've got 300 pictures and who knows how many videos. And it's like, that happened. And it probably, quite honestly, wouldn't have happened if you didn't lead them on the front line. And I think that's really amazing. I really do. And I didn't tell you to do it. Nobody else like told you to do it. You just came up with that leadership opportunity. And it was very inspiring. When I saw you post that, I was like, this dude right here, like, so cool, man. That's awesome. Hey, Catherine. Oh, wait, Chris, why? So why did that idea come around? So you have the idea, you're excited about creating more of these, but why did that come around? What did you see for that specific idea?
So first things first, nobody ever knows what to create. So whenever I started selling real estate on my own, I knew that I had to blow the social media up, and everybody's like, yeah, just post on social media. Like, all right, fine, I'll post on social media. But I didn't have anything to post. So if I know how to create things to post, like, why not go ahead and do it for the whole team? So first thing there. Next thing, why new construction? Well, it's staged well, like really well. It's not people's stuff. It's just staging stuff. So we're not like in somebody's house taking weird pictures. We're in a model home where we can model ourselves, right? So as you go down that rabbit hole, there was two houses side by side, so we were able to get a lot of different photos and different angles and all kinds of fun stuff. But new construction, well, they're about to open up 56 units on the next phase, beginning of February. So we have actually something to market and advertise almost for probably about 6 months. It's probably about how long it's probably going to take to sell out those townhouses as they're building out phase 2. So 6 months of marketing for one day. Basically, we can repost and repurpose that content and continually give ourselves something to sell, rather than just being the agents that are constantly posting, hey, I'm an agent, I sell real estate. Nobody cares. So end of the day, do you have something to post and actually sell to them or not? Nobody cares that you're an agent. They care whether or not you can help them find a house. So if you don't have a house to sell them, it's really hard to truly market to them unless you're giving some kind of helpful tip. But yeah.
Irene says she feels attacked.
Sorry, Irene. I'm just real and
it's Irene. She means it in a fun way.
I've never gotten a client from posting on social media saying, I'm a real estate agent who wants to work with me.
Yeah. So another good point, that might be worthy even of bringing up in the team meeting today, and gotta start making notes on that, is the fact that there's a huge struggle, obviously, for inventory right now.
Yep.
And I think what happens is that what I'm seeing, okay, feel free for anybody to disagree, but what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of agents who are still doing same old. They're still doing the same practices as if it's a normal market, but it's not. It's not. And I think that you have to really refine your focus. And we should do this anyway, but especially in a low inventory market, focus on the highest and best use of your time. I'm not saying you have to go only for listings and stuff like that. I'm just saying that you have to put yourself in the biggest opportunity, you and your clients, for success. I really think that's important. And I think that's where thinking outside the box, which Sunny's going to share in the team meeting today, but things like 203K loans can actually be a huge asset in this current market, because it can take buyers who might not compete against a ready-made move-in ready home, but a fixer-upper. Even in this market, some of them are sitting for a couple days, which means people do have opportunities, and they usually will have less offers. They'll probably have 2 or 3 investor offers versus 100 normal buyer offers. That's one example. But the new construction is the one I really wanted to say, Chris, is that in this market, who has the inventory? And if you can't create it yourself, then put yourself in a position to be associated, right? I know this community. You want to know more about this community that has homes that are ready to sell, or at least pre-sell? Great. Like, get people to go to you, because then you're essentially connecting the dots versus, oh, I've got 100 buyers. Now what? You've got to have a plan of action. You've got to, or you're going to be one of those stories, or many stories. We're all in similar Facebook groups of someone showing someone 100 houses. Well, to me, that sounds like there was no plan. Now, that's a very surface judgment. I know that, but I'm saying have a plan. And when you do it, like what you're saying, Chris, you're putting yourself in a position to say, there's inventory right here, and I'm the person who knows about it and can help you through that. Awesome. Yep. I love that. Catherine, and like I said, if you are you good to talk about what you're most
I'm good.
Sweet.
Go
ahead.
Here.
Take it away.
So for me, I've got a couple different things. I found a Tony Robbins event that I'm going to be jumping into. So I'm hoping to bring some content back to you guys this week. So I'll let you know how that goes
Heck
to the
yeah.
teams. I love bringing in stuff like that. And then Irene and I have been working on the do's and don'ts for TC and getting together a checklist. So really hoping to have that completed by the end of this week so we can start rolling that out to the agents and get them set up on that so we can really start working on behalf of them so they can start producing even more and focusing on the more important things. So I'm super excited about that this week.
Awesome.
Excited about that too. Ready
I'm-
for somebody to take over documentation stuff.
Seriously, right? Irene, we're very, very excited to have you. But yeah, I think I've been really, it's really cool how that kind of came about, and I'm just very excited to see that roll out. Carly, I know that a lot of the stuff you do is on the back end and stuff like that, but even content wise, how about something you're excited about for kind of the content / team / all that stuff?
Yeah, I think that this week is going to be the week that we finally roll out some of the content that we've been working on the back end. I got your edit notes, and that's easy peasy. I'm going to talk to Asher today about fixing those up, and we should be good to go and start rolling out. So I'm really excited to finally get this going, get this stuff out there.
I love it. And I'm going to keep the bromance going by speaking for Christian. And I'm going to say that he's most excited this week to see the pictures of Chris coming out from the social media shoot. Pretty sure he's already removed his background picture on his phone and has just a spot that just says "for Chris" on it. So Irene, your device is not connected, so I can't spotlight you. So if you want to type what you're most excited about for the team this week, let me know. While you type that, I'm gonna tell everybody what I'm most excited about. I'm actually I don't know if most excited is fair because there's so many things I'm excited about. So it's like a bunch of little things that literally is this meeting, right? But there's just a lot of things that we have really deep conversations, and I think it's really cool. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard for the things that I come up with and to have to go get feedback that I know is going to happen. But I also know that you guys are really constructive and you're honest. And that's really important because like we talked about the daily trackers in my head, that's easy peasy. Right. But like even when Walter was saying, and Chris was saying like, and really all of us, right, is go meet people where they're at, right? Don't try to force them to jump ahead of where they are. Yeah. It's just not going to work. They're probably going to trip and fall under our own expectations of them. And so I'm really excited to take the ideas that we've been working on and start actually implementing them, refining and implementing them from the report trackers and some of the other things we talked about. So I'm really excited for that. Irene, if at any point you type it, let me know. I feel like we still need to keep her in the comments, public comments, because she's like the comment.
I think she said she's most excited for cupcakes this week.
Oh, wait, really? Where did I miss
No,
that?
she was picking on Chris about that, but we'll just say that it was hers.
I love it.
Irene Nick Nunez. Get some cupcakes.
Man, she said she agrees. Cupcakes. Nailed it. I guess, do we just put the team logo on them and then it's therefore it's team oriented most excited for this week? Not just cupcakes. I
like that idea. That's
team cupcakes.
I am literally going to go to the Publix in my local town with my business logo, and I'm going to have them screen print cupcakes with my logo, and I'm going to go find places to hand them out for free. Genius, genius, Irene. That was you, Irene. Business cupcakes.
Nice.
Love it.
See, nobody cares that Walter's a real estate agent, but they will care that he has cupcakes. So
exactly. They will care about the value I add to their yummy treats in their belly.
Yeah. They care about cupcakes. I agree with everyone on this. That's a good idea.
All right, let's see. Oh, Irene says she's super excited about everything. Cannot wait to get started and help making everything a little bit easier for T. I love T, Irene. So I like it when T is easy. Oh, the agents on the team. Oh, well, I mean, that's okay too. But I like T. But all right, man, I don't know. I enjoyed hearing what you're most excited about. Honestly, I think that was awesome. All right, so I'm going to keep the next parts pretty short and sweet because I don't know about you guys. Again, give me honest feedback, but I think it was nice to have each of us get to share what we're excited about for this week. I think if we feel we run over too much, we could literally set a timer, like, and it beeps, and then it's like, all right, and that could be also kind of funny, like, cut.
2-minute shot clock. Go.
Right, and then just mute. And they're not, myself included, mute. No, they're just gonna have to mind the rest of it. All right, so I want to see if you guys have any questions or if you feel confident going into talking. I'm going to do the talking, but talking about the team contract in this team meeting this morning. Has everybody had a chance to review it? Any suggestions, feedback? I know, Chris, you've kind of already given some of yours. Most of them were grammatical related or a couple that were the brokerage related, but just want to make sure everybody feel good. Carly, don't worry about it. Irene, don't worry about it. Unless you had time, Irene. I know you're just getting onboarded. But, Walter, Catherine, Chris, you guys got anything as far as the team agreement?
The best team agreement I've ever seen.
Is that sincere? Because there's a slight smirk to your face.
No, it's absolutely sincere. The smirk was because I've never looked at team agreements because I've always been a solo agent. So it is quite literally the best I've ever reviewed.
Best,
but then it's also the worst you've ever reviewed too.
Yeah,
let's focus on the positive here, Robert. It's the best I've ever reviewed.
All right, I'll take it. Take what I can get. All right, Catherine, what about you? Got anything to make sure that I cover or?
No, I think I liked it, and I think one of my favorite parts, which we talked about in the beginning, was the lead section and making sure that those that plan on building their own and growing, we're going to allow them to keep the people they've already worked with instead of being selfish. And I don't say that to be rude to any other teams, but
no,
I feel like
we are all on agreement on that.
That's a big thing coming from being on a team, and they tell you that they're going to build you up, and if it doesn't work, we'll make sure that you've got a good start, but yet they take everything from you that you are the one that actually worked to close those deals. So that's something I'm super excited about, and I'm glad that's in there because I think more teams should do that, because if you're giving to other agents and you're helping them grow, your team is ultimately going to grow too. So
no, I agree. I think that I think what we're trying to do is create a respectful partnership, right? Like that's why we call them partners. We're trying to create a partnership here that says, listen, we're going to provide you opportunities. If you close those opportunities, but then later decide to leave, you closed them. Job well done. You built the relationship. Take them with you. We'll continue to support you. And I think that is something that really is lacking in a lot of the structures that we see. And maybe it's just for lack of effort, like someone hasn't tried it or they're afraid of that. It's always scary giving up control. Definitely scary giving up control. But I think that's where opportunity and new innovations and partnerships are born, is when someone gives up control enough to allow someone to step up to the plate and deliver. And then you grow. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. Walter, you said you had nothing to add?
Nope. It looks
and then
good.
Chris, you've already given your thoughts, but you have any additional ones?
No, I'm with Walter. I think it's fantastic. I love the very specific objective parts along with the subjective little quotes in there under it. It's good. It's like it's almost like as if you're reading it to somebody just a little bit. And it's like,
that was the goal.
Whatever it is. And you're like, I think that's fair, don't you? I'm like, are you reading this? Am I reading this? Who's reading this to me? So, because I feel like you're reading it to me, even though you weren't. So, And if you want to come over and read it to me, you can.
Yeah, well, I mean, the next version will have Morgan Freeman narrating it.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, there we go.
Welcome.
While he eats a branded cupcake.
Wow. Done. Did we just win real estate? I'm pretty sure we just won real
It's
estate.
done.
For anybody tuning in, would a copy of this type of agreement, in a template form, be value to you? Whether you're building a team, already running a team, maybe you're running a team and you don't have a contract. I think the goal here was to come up with the fairest agreement of contracts for teams that we could possibly do. And I think that I've seen a lot of team agreements. You guys know this about me, right? I've worked with a lot of teams. And I really do. I think this listens to the team leaders and their fears and concerns, while also listens to the agents, at least that's the hope, and their fears and concerns, and kind of says, okay, can we meet in the middle? Can we meet in the middle? And so I'm pretty proud of it, and it'll keep getting updated, and we'll improve it as we go. But I'm excited to unveil it with the team. I'm very proud of what we have, and I think that's one of the things I love about our team is that there isn't anything we won't share. We're not hiding behind it. Why is that there? Let me tell you exactly why that's there. Why are the splits this way? Let me tell you exactly why the splits are this way, what the quantifiable value of them are. Let me tell you, we don't hide with any vague terminology. At least I hope we don't, and the fact that I did an explainer video, and then like Chris said, I have summaries. Shout out to Ben Seaman at Bell and Alexander Title for sitting down with me and helping me to make sure that legally that was not an issue. To have that in the contract. And so, because I'd never seen it before, but I was like, I feel like reaffirming for people, like what you read, the way you understand it. But if they read the summary and then they're like, that's not what I thought I read, it actually might help them to read it again. At least that was the hope. So I'm pretty excited about that. Cool. Well, we're going to be bringing that up in the team meeting today, and I'm very excited. I'll need all of your help. We do need to respectfully get this all signed today. So the reason why I did not send it out for signatures, though, is I did not want people blindly signing it. It was really, really important to Chris and I that everybody had enough time, right? It's been, 4 days, I think, since I posted, something like that, pretty close, 3 or 4 days. Had enough time to read it through line by line, ask questions. They can even ask questions in a public setting during the team meeting, because that'll be the main focus. Boring, I know, but we got to knock that out. And then feel confident what they signed. So that's why the signature. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do the team meeting, go over it. Everybody says they're good, answer questions if they're not, and then we will send the individual contracts out for signatures. Chris, they'll be going to you first for your signature. So I'll sign them since I'm the one generating them. Then you'll sign them, and then it'll go to the agents.
Cool.
So I will need your guys' help. I'll let you know. I'll let everybody know once they're sent out for signatures, and then if we can just all work together to make sure we just don't. It'll cause a lot of hiccups if we don't get this done. Make it especially since we have the EXP one signed. We need to make sure we get this one signed because it offers certain protections and overrides certain areas of that one. All right. Report trackers. So I know you guys have had a busy weekend. So if you haven't had time to review the trackers for each of your departments, no worries. Truly, just let me know if you haven't. Type in the chat, haven't. Can you resend it to me or something like that? I'll resend you the link. But the goal is that we now issue those, that you take a look, that you've given your feedback, and that we start rolling this out, because we do need, at least like we talked about in one of our other meetings, we need a high level, at least report for each of us and what we're doing, so that at overall we can make sure that the ship is going in the right direction, and that there are no leaks in the ship. So we'll get in those. The other two things, we've already talked about this, but I want to bring them up again here. I am working on a schedule of the praise videos or texts to each individual agent from each of us. I am working on a schedule for that. and then I'll share it with you guys because I realized I asked all of you to do it. You all were amazing and said yes. And then I was like, what if everybody did it on the exact same day, though? That would be like really weird, wouldn't it? Like, oh, I just got 7 videos from everybody. And same goes for the learning videos, right? Hey guys, I'm shooting a video to teach you a little bit about something in my area of expertise, my department. So I'm going to work on a schedule. And what's cool is that we have everybody's schedule inside the, you know, blah, blah, blah spreadsheet availability. Yeah, that. And so I'll go based off of that. I'll go and check like when people have the most open days, and then we'll assign people on those days. Okay, this will be the day that Chris goes and sends the videos out, drops a helpful tip about production related items for this week. And that way we're all like, because then if you think about it, like that's every single day, we're going to be making sure that we're dropping value to the team directly from us, praising and supporting and encouraging our partners on the team, and covering a wide variety of topics instead of just focusing on one topic. And then next week is basically a variation of that same topic. And it's giving you, each and every one of you who are integral parts of the leadership team, a chance to be more in front of them. Because I think for the most part, it's myself and Chris. But the reality is that each of you are important. Even you, Carly, the unsung hero in the background. Like, I want people to see you and to know what you do and to see and learn from you. I mean, you are learning and implementing so much, Carly, and it brings so much value. And it's all social media related, which is huge for like everything that Chris was just saying, what we're trying to do. So I will be working on that schedule for you guys. I will have that to you end of day. And if I don't, I think of some goofy punishment for me. I have to sing Twinkle Little Star in the team meeting today. I'll own up to it. I said I would. I'll do it. So we're working on that in that schedule. And then what I wanted to ask your opinion, guys. So I feel like we're covering a lot of stuff we wanted to cover is the accountability, volunteer accountability. I think, Catherine, you made a great point when you said, let's make sure we don't overburden someone, especially someone who is of a generous and giving heart. I've been through this myself many times, right? Playing the manager role without the manager pay. So I thought of an idea to that, guys. If everybody had been able to read, did you all read Catherine's message about just making sure that we don't put a burden on someone who would say yes, even if they don't have the capacity? So my thoughts are, we just open up to a volunteer basis. We don't specifically target anybody for that role. Instead, we say, this is what we're going to try to do. And we'd love to have it be one of you who maybe has wanted to do this. And that way, there is no direct one-on-one pressure. We're not singling out Walter and saying, Walter, aka Walter, agent on team, right? Example, Walter, pressure to fulfill this role. And you go, well, I love helping. I don't want to let them down. Okay, yes. We all don't want that to happen. Agreed, right? We really don't want that to happen. So my thoughts are, we just open it to volunteer basis. Hey guys, we're going to be rolling this out. Would any of you like to take the lead on this? Would any of you, is this something up your alley? Catherine, there's a certain someone that we both know mutually at our previous office together that was a wonderful leader that got overburdened because they never said no to things. And you probably know who I'm talking about. And so don't want that to happen. So what do you guys think? Volunteer basis, open it up, not singling anybody out as a request, because we don't want them to, again, feel like it's a favor or pressure.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, Walter, good. Chris? What do you think, Catherine?
Yeah, I definitely like it. And I still think whomever decides to volunteer, if we have one person that we see consistently doing it, someone from the team needs to reach out every few times a month and just check in, make sure that they're not struggling in their business because they've changed their focus.
Yeah. And so I think that's you're so awesome, Catherine. You have great insight. So I'll be meeting with, you guys know I have a coach. I'll be meeting with my coach today, and we're actually going to be talking about this more. So my goal is that after I have that meeting, then I will actually start trying to outline what this looks like. Thank you, Walter, on the 5-minute warning. And so I'll have something a little more concrete to present back to you. But one of the things I believe that they were talking about is that that person who wants the leadership role then has direct one-on-one coaching about that leadership role specifically. And if we're coaching them in that direct one-on-one, then I think that that will help us to watch their numbers. So here's my thoughts. Going back to kind of summarizing some of the things we talked about, Walter suggested, about checking in with agents, making sure they're good. I think, Walter, if you're willing, I would love for you to have that role, because I think if it comes from Chris or I, it's going to be that team leader looking down, even though our heart is in no way. But for you, Walter, you're almost a third party, right? Because you are.
I'm an agnostic observer here, so I can say, aside from anything else, no pressure, what do you actually want and need that I can help you with? And I'll take that on, and I'll consistently do that for everybody on the team as it builds.
You can be like, whatever you tell me, if it's like something you're worried about, you can tell me anonymously, and I can bring it to the leadership team anonymously.
Right.
I can say, an agent said they don't feel this type of support or need this type of help. And I feel like in a way that might help to basically take the place of the daily tracker that we were really looking for. Because that's the real goal of the daily tracker, right? Is to give them numbers to learn about, right? And them an opportunity to get additional help that maybe we're not giving, but could. So Irene says an agent said they need a cupcake. I'm the agent. Irene, you're going to just have to take that up with HR. You've kind of already hit your cupcake limit in your first comment. So we're going to, I feel like when Irene's submitting for meme of the week, it's always going to be cupcake related. But yeah, pizza. So what, Catherine?
I said that or pizza.
That or pizza, right? So I think, Chris, a team leader, what do you think, having Walter to where, and Walter, we could do this to where you have certain agents on certain days, so you're not overburdened, and you're just like, okay, today I do these 2 or 3 agents, reach out one-on-one, see how they're doing, and at the same time, right, 2 birds, 1 stone, at the same time, get feedback about how they feel about the team. Chris, what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. And even I've noticed it's not that I try to, and you probably notice the same thing. There are certain agents that tend to lean towards talking to myself more or talking to you more.
Mm-hmm.
So having that third party that's making sure
neutral. I
like that. So I would say
really great.
I've got like half that are just like, they kind of lean towards, if they got a question, they reach out to me.
Definitely.
And that's okay. Like whoever they feel comfortable with, I don't care. Like, bring it on. But I think Walter's third party. It's a good idea.
I love it. Okay, cool. So, schedule. Sorry, I got to make notes. Carly, this note, like, putting notes on all this. Walter's going to do the one-on-ones as well as team feedback, a schedule for the praise and learning videos. Last but not least, real quick, one thing I'm going to be working out with Christian Santiago is we're going to try and create, Chris, you and I need to talk, because this will cost us a little bit of money. Not a lot, because we don't have a big team. It'll cost us a little bit of money for paying for the actual text to go out. But reminders of certain things, like if we're going to have them do the weekly report, which if you guys haven't looked at, it's actually pretty fun, but if I'm open to feedback, but it could be a text reminder. Hey, everybody, or an email reminder. Hey, everybody, just so you know, weekly reports due. Here you go. Let us know if you have any questions. Reminders for team meetings, reminders for Carbon Club stuff, which we'll, different conversation. even something fun reminder, like we send them a GIF that reminds them of the GIF of the week challenge, right? So it's not just if it comes from the team, it's boring. It's like, hey, these are things to help you and to support you. Maybe so little reminders, because we know that not everybody checks Slack, or if they do check Slack, it's just not part of their habit yet of checking it every hour. Even for you, right, Chris? There are times where like you're still learning to put that, and so we want to be respectful of that. So my thoughts are, what if we had some automations that are only relevant to things that are the same thing every week, right? So it's not one-offs for the most part. It'll be team meetings, planning, reminders, things like that. What do you guys think about having some automation for that? Just friendly reminders.
I would say let's do it via email.
Email?
Yeah. Email's free. We already have it.
You can also track it to make sure that the agents got it.
That's fair. That's fair. So if we do it
I'm all
via
about
email and Slack, I feel like that's touching in 2 areas.
Yep.
So I feel like that would be sufficient. You guys think that that's a good start then? Email and Slack for the automations saves you and I a little bit of money too, Chris.
The other thing we can do is if once we see it go out, that'll be our reminder as well, and then we can always try to.
Dude, I forget too. That's why I'm singing "Twinkle Little Star" in like 15 minutes.
It go out because we'll get the automatic reminders. Once we see it go out, we can also hit up the Facebook group message. And,
this would also be internal reminders too for us as a leadership team. It'll be like, "Hey, Walter, it's Tuesday. This is the day that you are doing these things."
This is the day the Lord has gave us.
It is. So it would be helpful to us too. Like, oh, it's Monday. That means that Robert's going to be sending the videos today and doing the helpful tip and something like that, right? So that's really the heart behind it. It's just helping people to remember things like that. It's when the day to day, right? Like it happens. It gets away from you. Like, all right, cool. Let's wrap it up. Anybody have anything they need to go over in the team meeting? Okay, message me if you do on Slack. Put it in the team leadership chat. Message me. I'll add it to the agenda. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in about 15 minutes. Everybody who tuned in, thank you so much. I hope you found. Introduce Irene. Very good. Irene's like, am I being introduced today? Irene, do you think you could potentially have a video or at least audio on so that people know you're real? Otherwise, it's like, hey, this is the invisible woman. Welcome.
Need to introduce her as Irene Cupcake Nunez.
Done. Deal. TC stands for the cupcake.
All right, I'll see you guys in about 50
See you
minutes.
guys. Everybody that's tuning in, thanks so much for being here. Every Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. Central, we go live, The Good, Bad, the Ugly of Building a Mega Team in 1 year. So see you guys on Friday. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.